Okay, here we go. Hello, how are you? My name is Matthew. You are in the moment. This is going to be a real quick show tonight. And the reason that we're on here at 19 minutes after 11, because in roughly 16 hours, we will be going into fall. So we are in the final few hours of summer. Fall equinox is tomorrow afternoon, 3:19 Atlantic time. So we just thought it would be a little fun to start the show off at 19 minutes after 11 on this 21st day. And this is also a very important date for some unhoused individuals here in the HRM, and I'll get to that in a couple of moments. If you've been watching this live streaming for a while, this is just me turning on my phone and just documenting what's going on in my life, see if I can make it relatable to what's going on in your life. So here we go for a late Sunday night. So fall equinox. So this last weekend, this last full weekend of summer, I spent most of it outside. I did a lot of walking on Saturday and Sunday. I would give the weather this weekend. I would give my experience out on the peninsula, my walkabout, both Saturday and Sunday, an A+. So how was your weekend, wherever you were? Not necessarily here in the HRM, but maybe you went on a road trip to PEI. I don't know. But how was your weekend? How was it? This is just my fifth appearance on the camera this month, and I think I'll probably I do it. That's why it's called In the Moment. It's just like I do have notes here, but if you go back to a show that I did Friday night, I was just walking home from work. I had a few things I wanted to say, so I just turned on my camera and kind of gave you what was happening at the Barrington encampment. And I'm going to talk about that encampment in just a couple of moments. So the weather looks nice for the remainder of the week. It looks like sunshine, pleasant temperatures right through until Thursday. There is a risk of frost this evening. And keep that in mind, as we all know individuals who are outside sleeping in the elements. I know within the last week or so I've seen people sleeping on the ground, sleeping in bus shelters, no blankets, no pillows, just the clothes they have on their back. And we know that number is increasing. So before I get into what I've seen in the last few days, again, this is going to be a really tight show. I want to try and keep it under 15 minutes, so I'm probably going to burn through the rest of this, so just hang tight. Colleen, hello, how are you? If you are one of those individuals like myself who every once in a while likes to binge watch a series, there's a really great series Jen and I just watched. It's only 8 episodes. It's on Netflix. It's called Black Rabbit. It's Jason Bateman and Jude Law. It's on Netflix. Black Rabbit, 8 episodes you can watch. From the first one to the 8th one, in a fairly long sitting. Some of the episodes are like 45 minutes. I think the longest might be a minute 10. But it's a Netflix series. Jason Bateman, Jude Law. If it's something you want to stream and binge watch, I highly recommend. Okay, moving on. I've been in contact with Lynn, fantastic individual from Nova Scotia. Lynn and a group of friends, every so often, every few weeks, they put together these care baskets, these packages. They will be delivering those to me and Jen within the next few days, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, probably Wednesday. And then I will be going out like I did the last time into the HRM and finding individuals who need just a basket that lets them know that there are individuals who are thinking about them. And I advise you to do the same thing. If you're going through your closet, if you're putting away summer things, if you're putting things away and you're thinking about maybe going to a thrift store, it's always nice to do up little care packages if you can, and give those out at intersections, because there are multiple people on any given day at any given time at different medians, major intersections, just looking for help. So keep that in mind. So I'm looking forward to seeing Lynn again, taking in those care packages, and then going back out into the streets of Halifax and making sure those packages get into the right hands. Today, I did say today was a beautiful day. The sun was shining. It was a lot warmer than it was yesterday. And at one point in the day, I found myself down at the far end of Quinpool. I found myself in Lower Flynn Park at one of the 3 designated encampments, and I just spent some time talking to Andrew Goodsell, and it was surreal. It really is to spend any time with any individual out in the elements, in the woods, next to the train tracks, or in amongst the boulders and the trees. It's really a surreal experience, and you can have some really great conversations with people in their own surroundings. And I said to Andrew, because Andrew's been down there like almost from the beginning, that I encourage, and I've said this many times, I encourage politicians at every level before you start making policies. I think it's so crucial that you get out and not just walk the streets, but get into these encampments and hear some of the stories, because it's truly heartbreaking. And I just want to share a quick story. Jen and I were out walking yesterday, and there was a gentleman who was outside one of the Halifax businesses, and he was asking for, sheepishly embarrassed to be asking for change, 60 years old, introduced himself, told us why he was there in that moment collecting change. He was looking for propane for his heater so that he could heat up his tent at the encampment that he is in. So I'm telling you right now, here we are, the latter part of September. There's a risk of frost tonight. The people outside in the tents, they're already thinking about winter. And if they're not already off the ground, it's very dangerous, and it could be fatal. So just a quick conversation with this particular individual. I recognized him from seeing him from days earlier at this particular encampment. I don't want to give away where he is. I don't need to give away their name. But what he was in search of was electrical cords. So I came home, and I know that we had some electrical cords. So I have like 50 feet. I have 50 feet of electrical cords that I've bundled up. I took them out this morning when I left here at like 8 o'clock this morning, looking for this particular individual. Didn't find them. Didn't leave the material at their tent just because I didn't want someone else to get it. So I still have it. And I told them that when we have those care packages, I'll make sure they get one of those as well. So just, again, I encourage politicians to get out of your suits, put on your civvies, and go out on the weekend. Get out of your Monday to Friday. I know you put long hours in. I get that. But this is a situation that doesn't have Monday to Friday hours. This is 365, 24/7. And it has been for the entire 4 years that I've been here. It was like that in the 21 years I was out west. I saw it in Florida. I saw it when I was 8 or 9 in Boston. So please try and convince me that we're really trying to do something to solve this, because I don't see it. And the numbers that they're telling you are probably a lot lower than what is actually out there, just as far as the number of individuals who are currently out on the street. And if you really want to get your ear to the ground, if you want to get a sense of what's going on, get the pulse of the housing crisis and the unhoused population that is increasing, I suggest, and I've said it many times, there's 2 Facebook pages that you can go to. I'm getting loud here. There's 2 Facebook pages that you can go to: Helping End Homelessness in Nova Scotia. That's Helping End Homelessness in Nova Scotia. And the Gated Community. If you really want to get a sense, and if you can help, because there are a lot of posts, those posts are out there for people to, I need help doing this, I need help with bills, I need help with rent, I need help with food, I need help navigating the system. So if you really want to get an idea of what's going on out there, I suggest that you go there. And that's, again, those Facebook posts, those posts are there, those sites are there for a reason, and they've been around for a while. So, okay, I wanted to touch on that. Oh, and this is and going back to, here we are, the 21st day of September, late Sunday night, coming up on 11:30. In less than 16 hours, the fall equinox. But even more important, and I actually thought this was going to happen tomorrow, but the eviction notice for those that are currently they're in their tents, their structures, their homes at the Cogswell Park encampment, as of midnight tonight, that will be, well, it's already been de-designated, but this eviction notice will really take effect at midnight, because that falls on the 22nd. Everyone had to be out of there by the end of the day today. And I can tell you, I was up there this afternoon, again, thinking that this was going to be tomorrow. I was up there today. I was up there on the weekend. There's probably still 8 structures there. Big tents are there. Those tents have been there for a long, long time. You can see where other tents have disappeared. You can see the dead grass spots. But there's still, there's more than half a dozen, I would say closer to 8 or 9 structures that are still at the Cogswell Park encampment as of this afternoon. And the end of the day today was when this eviction notice was supposed to kick in. So I didn't see, of course, there was no media there today. Of course, there wasn't any navigators there today. Not really a lot going on there. But on this day in particular, this is when the people need help the most. And the encampment up the road here at Barrington, it's filled to capacity and then some. And the sad thing is, I know in the statement when they put these eviction notices out, they tell people that, we'll help you, get into a shelter. We'll help you, guide you to another encampment, which is just a silly thing to do. We'll put your belongings in storage, or we'll help you gather up all your stuff and take you to, wherever you need to go. So I am seeing, I've never seen a summer where there are so many brand new tents at every encampment. There's never been more occupancy than there is now at Lower Flynn Park. All kinds of people at Barrington. We know, I can see the encampment walking down Barrington on the Halifax side of the harbor with a pair of binoculars. I can see the encampment from this side because it's so big and it's so visible. So, just wild. So it will be interesting to see what happens with the structures that are there, because I know the contractors, here's what will not happen. The contractors are not going to come in and go through someone's tent or wait for them to pack up all their stuff in bins and then, fold their tent up and pack everything up. No. I mean, it would be nice if that did happen, but I can't really see that playing out. What they'll probably do is wait for someone to go to, a church or some other location to get breakfast, and then they'll come with a machine and pick it up and throw it in the back of a truck. That is more likely to happen, because I've seen that at least 2 designated encampments within the last couple of years. So we'll see what plays out. Okay. Probably going to go a little bit longer than 10-15 minutes. That's okay. These are just my notes. But I'm going to, Twyla, I'm glad you're in here. Thank you for the live hanging out. I appreciate it. It's been a long time. please send me a private message with your voice and just think of something funny because I need to hear your laugh. Please, just leave me a message with your laugh. Okay, this is what I saw this weekend. And again, this is not stuff that you're going to find on your tourism brochure. This is more of, just think of this as a warning. And I'm being serious here. I'm being serious. There are people out on the streets of Halifax. When I am with someone, if I'm out with Jen or if I'm out with Kai or if I'm walking with someone, I consider you a guest in this city, and I want to look after you. And I spend a lot of time walking the city, and I know there are people out there that you just need to keep your eye on, and I'm just being completely honest with you. So this weekend, although it was sunny, this was the first weekend in weeks and weeks and weeks, all summer actually, where I actually put on a pair of pants and a fall jacket. I didn't wear shorts and a sleeveless shirt at all this weekend. It was just a little too cold. But I go out on the bus. I'm getting ready to catch the bus Saturday morning, about 9 o'clock. And I witness an individual who I see all the time, and he is always angry. He is always talking under his breath, and he's always walking around with his fist like this. So if you see someone in the city walking around talking to themselves with their fist like this, stay away. Please stay away. This particular individual always has a large backpack. Just be aware of your surroundings. That's all they say. Okay, bus stop, talking under his breath. Oh, I've talked about this lady before. This lady, and if you've been in the Halifax area, if you have ever taken any of the buses that go into the waterfront terminal, or if you've caught the ferry from the Halifax ferry terminal, there is a lady, I know her name, I've introduced myself to her, I've helped them out, I've given them food, I've given them change, I've had conversations with them, but in this moment I can't think of the name. She is the handy dart lady, because I know she arrives to that particular location by the handy dart, and she will sit outside of the Tim Hortons for, well, the reason I'm talking about her, because she was out there on Friday for it was Saturday, at least 10 hours. And I'm not making this up. This particular lady, the handy dart lady, so she'll sit there for hours and hours and hours. People will give them food, give them change, and then the handy dart will pick them up and take them home. That is their day. There are people in the city, that is their day. I talked about Rodney, so I'm going to hook Rodney up with some electrical cords. I just didn't want to leave them at his tent, even though when I went by today, I did say his name I called out their name a couple of times, and they just didn't respond. So I just kept on going, kept it with me all day, didn't see them, but our paths will cross when it does happen. He'll have power. This is something else I witnessed today as I was going down to visit Andrew at Lower Flynn Park. I'm approaching the intersection of Quinn Pool and Connaught, a fairly large intersection. And there's a section of median where there's like an electrical box, and there are people who from time to time are out there looking for change. They're just on the median. So as I'm approaching this intersection today, I can hear two people talking loudly and very aggressively. Come to find out, it's two individuals, two men, and one guy is going up one guy and down the other, like tearing him a new one. Very, just very angry, a very violent tone. And for me, I recognized both of the individuals. So they're here and I'm over here. That's never a situation where I want to get to. That type of energy actually repels me, and I know that I'm going to be much safer on the other side of the street. So I always tell everyone, when you're going out, always wear sneakers, always wear something you can run in. You always wear something you can run in when you're in the city, and just your head's on a swivel. Always be paying attention. I wanted to tell you about that. Andrew Goodsell, Okay, I'm not going to leave it on that. because that's, again, that's not tourism stuff. But I will leave you with some touristy stuff. If you are going to be visiting the Halifax area anytime in the near future, anytime within the next few weeks, we had a nice stretch of sunshine here this week. The reason I say that, the public gardens, the jewel of the city, the flower arrangements, the colors, just the bountifulness of the flowers, the dahlia display, so good. So good. So I give the public gardens, the staff that is there, I give them an A+. I enjoy it. Every time I'm there, I have a great time. It doesn't matter if it's overcast and misty, if it's raining. You cannot have a bad time at the public gardens in downtown Halifax. So that will be my plug for Tourism Nova Scotia. And I should have brought some water with me. Okay, those are my notes. Helping End Homelessness in Nova Scotia, the gated community, a couple of Facebook pages if you really want to know what's going on in the unhoused and the housing crisis world. If you can help out, go there. I'll be handing out some care packages with the help of Lynn and her friends. Be doing that later this week. Netflix series Black Rabbit, check it out. Jason Bateman, Jude Law. Nice weather. Michael, hello, how are you? And this is it. We're in the final few hours of the summer of 2025. How would you rate it? I'm just going to give this weekend, the weather this weekend was fantastic. I'm going to give the weather this weekend an A+, even though it was brisk. It was crispy. It was crispy yesterday indeed. Okay, Michael, nice to see you. Thank you. Okay, it's going to do it for me. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday night. Ease back into the work week, yes? Okay. Much love to you. Keep an eye on what's happening at the Cogswell Park encampment. As of midnight tonight, it's time to go. So we'll see what it looks like in a few days and maybe try and find out where everyone's going. I think I have an idea. They're just up the road here at the Barrington encampment because it is overpopulated, absolutely, and unfortunately still up and running. Okay, Michael, thank you for the kind words. Enjoy the rest of your night. Black Rabbit, Netflix, check it out. My name is Matthew, and you are currently caught up in the moment.